Hey guys, Jack here, and today I wanted to share with you some tips and tricks that we use all the time in competitive 5-on-5 Battlefield 4. Some of this stuff you may actually find useful and you can use in public matches to improve your game, your positioning, etc. But there's also stuff I'm going to talk about that you might just find interesting and may never actually use. But I wanted to show you anyway, so let's get to it then. I'm going to start with a couple of map specific tips, beginning with Operation Locker Domination, one of the most popular maps in Battlefield 4. Let's say you have the C flag and are trying to push back inside to cap A, but the enemy is set up and have a couple of nice head glitch positions to shoot you from. Instead of just repeatedly dying and wasting tickets, why not try this instead? Climb up the rocks here and go over the top into the out of bounds area. You should be able to see where you're going just about, and when you hit the railing, vault over the top and run straight to the wall. Now you're back in the playing space, but there's a wall in the way. No problem, shoot the explosive barrels to the left here and burst through. This acts as a great flanking route that a lot of people don't know exists on Operation Locker Domination. You can also use the newly destroyed wall as cover in a nice defensive position. At the C flag on Locker, climb up this slope here and jump onto the fan unit. Turn right and you'll be able to run up the ledge and onto a rock. Pop a medkit down here and you have a massively advantageous position over anyone running out of the mid connector to try and cap the C flag. And how about you want to take B from the other side of the outside lane, but there's someone spotting the main entrance from the stairs head glitch. They're actually pretty hard to kill when they're in that position. Try this instead and surprise them. If you jump up a couple of times onto the rocks here, you can actually see that position through the rubble. This is going to allow you to get the height advantage and land a headshot on that guy. It's way more effective than just running in through the main entrance. From his perspective, you're almost completely covered and very hard to see unless you've already been spotted. On the flip side, if you want to defend the C flag from people running outside, this position here is great. You can get a clear view of their entire body and you're very hard to spot from the other side. Another great spot to defend the C flag from is here behind this snow mound. It gives you great cover, clear line of sight to people running out of mid connector, and you can also peek over to see if anyone's pushing from B side snow lane. On the A side of snow lane, jumping up onto the back rocks is a great defensive spot. Not many players are going to check up here as they run out towards the C flag. Moving on to Dawnbreaker, there's all sorts of little spots and tricks you can do on this map to gain an advantage. This set grenade is perfect if you're attacking the B flag from A side concrete. As an example, say you know that there's an enemy or two on the B flag, they're head glitching, they're really hard to hit. Get behind the sandbags here and aim an M67 grenade along the neon light around the 6th row of windows up from the bottom. Now because it's a timed grenade and it's thrown high, it's going to bounce off the pillar and explode almost on impact, killing anyone behind those crates. It's an absolutely devastating grenade that you should practice and put to good use. Also on the B flag, for some reason, you can't shoot through these stairs from the front. Bad guys behind them are completely invincible from this direction. If you want to kill someone here, you'll have to either flank them on the left or the right, or get a well placed grenade in there behind the stairs. And if you've played a lot of Dawnbreaker, you'll probably know that the platform is one of the key areas of the map to control. And because of the height of the barriers up there, it's a perfect head glitching spot. Taking the platform back from the enemy team can be pretty challenging, especially if you've got to use the stairs. Instead, a nice trick is to climb up these boxes here and then over the barrier. Enemy players won't expect it, especially if they're shooting towards the B flag. Additionally, for the platform, if you try and take it from this direction and come in contact with an enemy, instead of running head on into a 1v1 that you're probably going to lose, you can actually hop onto the rail here and go around them. Most players are definitely not going to expect a move like that, and it opens them up for a flank in an otherwise strong position. One last tip for Dawnbreaker, say there's an enemy at concrete defending the B flag and you're attacking from C side. If you run up the stairs like this, you're going to get killed every time. A better way of doing this, where you can get an angle on this guy without him spotting you, is to do this. Climb up the box here, onto the crate and then run along the wall. If you do this right, he won't be able to spot you. And now, you're in a counter head glitch position with a slight height advantage, and you're going to be able to take that player out. Next, Goldmud Railway. Say there's a couple of enemies in the C building dominating the flag and you can't get in there. It's going to be pretty hard fighting your way up 2 flights of stairs through the main entrance. A better way of taking back the C building is to go from above. So how do you do that then? Well, you run up to the roof of the building next to it and then jump onto the window ledge here. If you miss the ledge, you'll fall off. If you get it right, this will give you the element of surprise and will leave the enemy scratching their heads as to how you actually got there. You can also jump across to the other building in a similar fashion. Remember, aim for the window ledges and you should be good. The school building next to the B flag is a very important building to control, And again, if you've lost it, it's hard to fight your way back up to the top from the main entrance. A cheeky little jump you can do is going to allow you to skip the first set of stairs and get the drop on your enemies. Jump from this building here onto the wall, and then onto the small square, and finally onto the ledge. Look at that, into the building from a position that they never expected you from. This is a nice little set nade that gets rid of people behind the yellow box on the B flag, a very popular position to hold from. Come into the school building and up to the top floor. Line the top of the stairs up almost with the bottom of the last X on the pylon and aim just above the middle. Don't move as you're throwing the grenade, and it should explode almost as soon as it hits the ground behind the yellow crate. That's easy kills right there. You didn't even need to peek and expose yourself to danger. Lovely. Finally, a little tip for Lankang down before we start talking about spawn tricks. Retaking the A flag is a bit tough, but there's a really nice position you can reach that overlooks the entire flag and provides you with plenty of cover. Climb up the ladder here, and when you're almost at the top, press movement left, movement forward, jump, and then swipe your mouse or analog stick to the left. If you do this right, you'll end up on this ledge here. It's a very advantageous position. You're super hard to spot on here as they can only see your head. Much more useful than climbing onto the roof or trying to go up the stairs. Also, you can jump down from here onto the ledge and enter the flag from a different angle. Practice it a few times as one continuous movement and you'll be pulling it off every single time. Okay, moving along, we're going to talk about how you can use the spawn system to your advantage before a round starts. As I mentioned at the beginning, this sort of stuff is unlikely to get used in a public game because you need some coordination and to be in the game before the round starts while the countdown is happening. Basically, you can use the squad spawn system to ensure your teammates are in a specific position before a round starts. Look at this as an example.
Ankle on me. Lexi on me. Hads on ankle. Jack on ankle. Me on Hads. Ankle on Hads. Lexi suicide spawn on me. Had suicide spawn on me. Jack spawn on Lexi. Boom. Bim.
So there, we carefully chose our spawns, and it meant that we'd already capped the C flag before the round began. Therefore, we won't need someone to go and cap it when the match goes live and can instantly dedicate an extra player somewhere else on the map. Check this out on Dawnbreaker. The Chinese deployment is actually in the trench, and it takes a long time to get out of the trench by using the ramps and doubling back on yourself. But you can manipulate the spawns in a way that makes one of your players stand on top of another player's head, therefore allowing you to get out of the trench really fast by vaulting and arrive on the B flag before the enemy team. Heading back to Golmud Railway here, and this is one of my favourites. I think, don't quote me on this one, it was actually the French team GC that came up with this one. Lexi spawns in first and then turns around. I can then spawn on him and be in the correct position. As soon as the countdown ends, he blows the wall up in front of me and I shoot a rocket in a certain spot that goes through a building and hits the IED where the Chinese team spawn, instantly killing anyone that is still nearby when the round starts. It's pretty awesome, and if you do this quick enough you can actually wipe out an enemy squad. And this is how it looks from the victim's perspective so you can get a better view. Nasty. Wrapping things up, I wanted to share just a couple of generic infantry tips. The first one is sometimes known as the slug, and I'm sure you've seen people doing this before, but it is a great way of not getting instantly killed after you get a low HP revive. If you stand up and there's no cover, you're probably just going to get shot and then perma-killed. However, instead of just standing up and then moving, there's a little trick you can do that will make you really hard to hit and allow you to get away. As you get revived, do these things, press all these buttons at once. Jump, sprint and a direction key. Now on your screen this will look completely normal, like you've just got up and ran away, but to other people your model actually looks like this, some sort of human shaped slug. And essentially it allows you to keep a low profile, move fast and get into cover without getting shot again. So on this occasion on PC I press space to accept the revive, W to start running forward and shift to sprint, all at the same time, and then of course I'm swiping my mouse to the left to choose a direction, and I don't press jump again until I'm behind cover. If you press jump again, your character model will stand up and you'll be an easy target. Just practice it when you get revived and you'll notice that you can get away safely from more bad revives. Look at this example here. I kill Lexi, he's revived, and the first time he stands up in the normal fashion and I can kill him pretty easily. he's now permadead. Now the second time he uses the slug trick, and I've only got like 1 frame to react. It's impossible, there's no way I could have killed him there. Try it out for yourself. Another little movement tip for infantry here, baiting shots. Say I need to get around this corner, but I know that there's an enemy nearby in the general vicinity. I just don't know where exactly he is. And one thing I can do is bait the enemy into shooting and revealing their position to me on the minimap. All you have to do is jump in and out of a corner. On their screen, they have a split second to shoot you. They're not going to get you. So to do this, all I do is hold shift to sprint, jump, left, and then swipe my mouse to the left as I jump. I'm in and out, I've not taken any damage, and now I know where the bad guy is. Just bait the shot if you're not sure. It's way better than just peeking straight away and getting your head blown off. It's a way more effective way of safely finding out an enemy's location. Right then, final tip for the video, and this one is really basic, but I do still see people making a mistake. If you're about to peek a corner or lean over a box and get into a firefight, make sure 100% that you've dropped a medkit first. That way, as soon as you start taking damage, you're going to start regenerating health. And if the enemy's out in the open or they don't have a medkit down next to them, you're going to win that engagement. Medkit first and then peek, never forget. So there we go guys. Hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new, picked up a few tips, a few positions, tactics, grenades, whatever. I hope it's useful for you anyways. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, really appreciate that. As always guys, thanks for watching. Check out g2a.com/r/jackfrags for cheap games, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello YouTubers, my name is X Factor. Welcome to the first episode of How to Become a Better Noob for Battlefield 4. That's right, we're bringing the original Battlefield 3 series back. This is beginner all the way to advanced tips, and we're starting off today with choices. What's the choice you make when you spawn in? And we're going to use the most simplistic map possible. Operation Hurt Locker, some obliteration. Some spots there's 3 lanes, some spots there's 2 lanes, and some of the choke points are ridiculous. A couple of doorways that are 3 feet wide.
are about to write history.
For this war to end, we must take this land.
The Greeks and Trojans will be here forever. But now, it's our turn.
We are losing objective Duff.
Braucht jemand Erste Hilfe? Hier, Erste Hilfe! Erste Hilfe, greif zu!
A flame trooper kit is available near your location. We are losing objective Charlie.
Vorsicht jetzt! Sturmsoldat!
We are losing objective Charlie.
Hier, Erste Hilfe! Soll ich deine Wunden versorgen? Erste Hilfe! Ich hoffe, das Zeug nützt was. Erste Hilfe für dich! Das ist ein Sturmsoldat!
We are losing objective Charlie.
Das ist ein feindlicher Sturmsoldat! Erste Hilfe, nimm schon! Hier, Mann, Erste Hilfe!
We are losing objective butter.
Da drüben! Kann ich dich wieder zusammenflecken? Erste Hilfe, greif zu, Mann! Soll ich mir die Wunde mal ansehen? Bist du verletzt? Für dich, Kamerad. Erste Hilfe. Erste Hilfe, nimm schon! Lass mich deine Wunden versorgen! Damit kommst du auf die Beine.
We are losing objective Charlie.
Ich versorg deine Wunden! Hier, Erste Hilfe. Erste Hilfe, greif zu, Mann! Schick dir eine Granate. Feindlicher Tank!
We are losing objective Charlie.
Erste Hilfe, nimm schon!
We have lost objective apples. lost objective butter. Lost objective Charlie. Objective Duff. Objective apples. Objective apples. Objective butter. We have lost objective apples. Objective Charlie.
Wir haben es geschafft, Jungs! Das Ziel ist in unserer Hand!
We have taken objective apples. We have lost objective Charlie.
Hier, erste Hilfe!
Halfway there, we have the upper hand.
Du bist verletzt. Ich kann dir helfen. Ich zieh mir die Wunde an.
We are losing objective Charlie. We are losing objective Charlie. We have lost objective Duff.
Aufpassen, Granate raus! Hier ist eine Granate. Granate ist raus, aufpassen!
We have lost Objective Charlie. We have taken Objective Duff. We have lost Objective Duff. We have taken Objective Charlie. We have taken Objective Edward. We have taken Objective Duff. We have lost Objective Edward. A flame trooper kit is available near your location. We are losing Objective Charlie. We have taken Objective Butter. We are losing objective butter. We have taken objective apples. We have lost objective butter. We have taken objective Duff. We have lost objective Charlie. We are losing objective apples. We have lost objective apples. We are losing objective Charlie. We have taken objective Edward. We have taken objective apples. We have lost objective Dove. We have lost objective Edward. We have taken objective Duff. have lost objective Duff. We have taken objective Butter.